I'd like to welcome you to this wonderful celebration of the world in words and music. But I'm afraid before we can start, there's more announcements. Well, the first one is that there will be an offering taken at the door as you leave for the education of Woodstock employees' children. And I have a message from Akshay that says he will be outside with his iPad and can process donations one at a time and monthly. I want to make it easy for everybody. The auction will close at 3. This is a slight change from the schedule. And pickup should be done by 5. Now, the other thing that is changed, and it relates to the auction, where the auction is that all the meetings today will be in this room. You see that the last one is scheduled to be in Demaray 261. And that was because we thought the auction was going to be around the edge in here, and we didn't want to have the closing of the auction and the talk going on at the same time. So, but since the auction's out there, we can keep all the talks here, and chai in the afternoon will be here. Now, about lunch. The lunch time was, you were told last night that lunch was going to be at 11:45. Well, this service isn't going to be over until after 12. And the catering had changed it on us after they got the schedule. I don't know why. But we're trying to at least get it extended. But anyway, don't talk a lot afterwards. Go down and get your lunch. And any classes that want to have meetings, why don't you just get a big table and have it in there? And then if they shoo you out later on, you can just all move. But don't have any discussions before lunch. Go in the room. Yeah.
Lindsay, to whom should the check be made out for the offering?
Woodstock School. Woodstock School.
Okay, thank you.
Now for the cruise tonight. For those who... Okay. Are you talking about the cruise or not? Why don't you say what you're going to... Oh, I have one thing to say about the cruise. I'm going to take somebody on the beginning part of the walk right after lunch, and that person will meet people at Emerson at 6:15 if you want to walk over to Fisherman's Terminal and lead the way. And it's about a 30-minute walk.
If you don't want to walk over there, we have a couple options. One is to do carpooling. So if you have a car and you'll be heading over there and can take some people, that would be great. We're going to meet right in front of the cafeteria, so people, when you're finished with dinner, you can come right outside of the cafeteria. If you're looking for a ride, or if you have a ride to offer, please meet there and we'll coordinate. And meet there at 6:15 so that we can get there with enough time and make multiple trips if necessary. Anyone who doesn't have a ride can take the Metro bus with me, and we'll have an adventure. And then 2 other quick housekeeping things about when you're leaving today. If you're leaving today and not tomorrow, please remember to turn in your key so you don't get a hefty fine. Between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., it's with conference services, which is on your map. After 7 p.m., you can turn it in at security. We also encourage you to turn in your name tags so that we can reuse them next year at this front auction area. And in your folder, you'll find a survey, a satisfaction survey about the reunion. Please turn it in at the front desk as well. We'll have a pile for them face down. The meal card or whatever cards you were given, you have to return them. Thanks, Neha. I think that's all I have for housekeeping.
Are there any questions?
Over here, Lindsay.
Yes.
What happens if you're still in our room at 8:01 tomorrow? You're locked in. Is there an explosion or what?
If they do anything, I'd complain, but I can't think that they're going to get themselves to that much together on Monday morning. They say the rooms say you have to check out at 1, at 8. What? The checkout is at conference services over here.
I know, but what time?
They're open 7 to 7.
I heard that part. My question is, by what time must we have checked out?
10 o'clock? 10 o'clock.
Any other questions?
Optional breakfast. I mean, it's on your own.
And it has the same hours of 8 to 9.
You can pay cash at the same place.
You can pay cash. If you go down to Nickerson, which is the big street that's towards the canal here, there's Tully's, a coffee,
But you can come to the cafeteria.
Yes.
and pay cash, yeah.
Up until 8:15, isn't it?
Till 9, I believe. 8 to 9.
Until 8:15 earlier.
Okay.
7:15 to 8:15, it was prior to.
Well, they,
I'll go check. Thank you for pointing that out.
oh, the cafeteria, you can pay cash and go if you want to go there for breakfast tomorrow.
But the earlier timing, when we were here before the meeting started, was from 7:15 to 8:15.
Oh, some people were here before our meeting started, and maybe that's the regular weekday service, which was 7:15 to 8:15. I guess the weekday ones are mostly classes, and they want to start early.
The times are posted on the door directly down in the north wing. They have a piece of paper that posts all of the meal times. So we'll go and check and make an announcement, but if you have any questions in the interim, go ahead and check that piece of paper there. Was there another question over in the choir area? No?
How cold does it get on the cruise?
There is an inside area, but I would say bring a jacket, because evenings, as you've already noticed, do cool off here. The one other announcement, and this is really it's about what we're just about to enjoy. The prelude and the postlude are part of the service, so please remain seated and don't talk for these. So now I would like to turn it over to our wonderful leaders here, Robert John, Suzanne, Jackson, and Vance George, and Gil.